Hi everyone, it's Melissa Whitaker. I wanted to come to you today and ask you a question. Do you have a growth mindset? You see all of the top performers out there, regardless of what you do, regardless of what your specialty is, let's say. You could be in sales, you could be a sales leader, you could be a small business owner. You could just have a position, let's say, in a totally different area or field. But here's the key thing. One of the things that we highly specialize on at MWI is we help people reach their peak performance. We do that in a holistic way, and we really specialize in 4 key kind of buckets or areas, right? We specialize in helping people with peak performance in sales, in leadership, in culture, like cultivating a high synergy or a really dynamic culture within your organization, and also wellness. Because one key thing, if you know me or if you know us as an organization, one key thing we stress all the time is you can't accomplish anything if your health starts to deteriorate, right? So we do want to encourage people to have healthy nutrition, healthy movement, and mindfulness is how we're helping people reduce their stress. So today I wanted to reach out to you today to ask you if you have a growth mindset, because the top 1% to 2% of all the people out there are the most successful in the world, and they have a growth mindset. And one of the things that I always tell anyone who works with us is that you're either moving forward or you're sliding backwards. Now, I know you've seen this book, all right? You've seen this book, Atomic Habits. I know you've seen it. It's a best-selling book. I bought this book a while ago. I'm going to be totally honest. And I'm always trying to listen to podcasts or listen to books or read books, but life has been busy, right? So this morning I said, enough is enough. And I took a little bit of time to start diving into this book, which came highly recommended to me, by the way, by many, many people, and said, Melissa, this is right up your alley. Everything that you talk about, you teach, you live, this guy's talking about in this book. And I'm like, I got to see this book, right? So I just started reading the book. But what I've seen so far already is how he's talking about that we need to create these really good daily habits. And it comes to things like we talk about being disciplined and making sure that we're doing the things that most people aren't willing to do. And we're doing it consistently. So that is what ultimately brings success, right? So I want to just take this moment today to remind you about that. Are you reading something? Are you listening to a book on what you're downloading it, let's say for a Kindle or on audio of some kind? Are you listening to podcasts? I know a lot of people are listening to podcasts most of the time. What are you doing though to advance your skills and your abilities? This is vital, you guys, because the challenge here is that we get so busy, but yet we're always like, how do we get the edge? How do we get that edge in our career, in business, in sales? But we forget that even though we're super busy, we're always working in our job or our career or our business. We're always working in it. But are we taking the time to work on it? And part of working on our goals and our the things we want to achieve. And I love how he does address it in here. I'm just going to bring it up. You know, I'm all about setting goals. Now, he does have a different perspective in here. He's like, hey, don't just set goals, because goals sometimes has like we're shooting for reaching an end, like you're running the marathon and you finish you run over the finish line and then you're done. And sometimes we stop training. So I do want to bring that up. I do love how he talks about that still, that goals are still important. But he said, for his perspective, even more than goals, are we making sure we're improving ourselves by 1% every day in what we do and how we're excelling and how we're working towards those goals, but making it more about our systems and our processes, that we become that it becomes ingrained in us in a habit that we do every single day towards not only reaching our goals, but making a lifelong mission to make sure we're growing, we're stretching, we're going after becoming the best we can be and reaching our peak performance in everything that we do. So I just want to take a moment today to reach out to you to remind you, number one, do you have a growth mindset? Number two, even though I have a growth mindset, I find myself getting so busy that I have to make a conscious decision to make sure that I am also filling my mind and my ideas with all these different potential scenarios or situations that I can start to make sure I'm always taking that 1% better at being better at who I am and what I'm accomplishing and who I am out in the world. So I just want to leave that with you today. Great book, highly recommend it. There are a lot of great books out there. There are a lot of great authors and speakers. There's a lot of great material that could really reach you where you're at and where you want to be. But what I love about this book, you guys, is it applies to anything you are doing in life. It applies no matter what your career or your aspirations are, and it relates to you in sales and leadership, in your company, and in a position that you may hold. So I hope you take the time to check out the book. And if you want to also check out for podcasts or audios that you can download, highly recommend it. But just remember today, I want to leave you with this note. Make sure you're moving forward. All right. And I will tell you this as we're wrapping this up. When you take the steps to make sure that you're even becoming 1% better a day, all right, because you're either moving forward or you're sliding backwards, I find that when we are diligent about that, making sure that is one of our really great habits that we live by, is making sure we're taking the steps to be 1% better every day. When we do that, I don't know how to explain this, gang, but it motivates us. It gives us all these ideas that then opens up, the whole brainstorming perspective where all of a sudden we may be flooded with additional ideas just because we're taking the time. So if you feel like you want to excel in what you're doing, you want to excel in your life, and you want to excel at just whatever you're trying to achieve, take a look at this book. And also make sure you're just always doing something for moving forward and having a growth mindset. Be determined to have a growth mindset, and then be determined to start to create these really great disciplines and habits and systems so that you're always moving forward. Have a great day today, gang. And again, this is Melissa Whitaker. I'm the CEO and founder of Melissa Whitaker International. And if there's anything we can help you out with as well to forward your goals and the things you want to achieve and become more successful in your role or in sales or in leadership or the culture of your company, we are here. So we're always here to be able to come alongside you, understand where you're at, understand where you want to be, and help you to fill that gap. Okay, so reach out. We can answer any questions you have. More than happy to jump on a call with you as well to see kind of where things are at for you. So have a great day and keep moving forward. Talk to you later.